Did you know most people avoid budgeting not because it's hard, but because they associate it with stress, guilt, or failure? The word budget alone makes people feel restricted, like they're about to lose freedom instead of gain it. But here's the truth most people never hear. Budgeting isn't about telling your money no. It's about finally telling your money where to go. And once you understand that, everything changes. This page exists to talk about money honestly without shame, pressure, or overwhelm. So today, let's talk about budgeting in a way that actually makes sense. Why budgeting feels so uncomfortable. Most people don't hate budgeting. They hate what budgeting reveals. Budgeting forces awareness. And awareness can feel uncomfortable when you don't know where your money is going. You feel like you should be further ahead. Or you've been avoiding your numbers for a long time, so instead of looking, people guess. They hope. They mentally estimate. But guessing creates anxiety. Clarity, on the other hand, creates calm even when the numbers aren't perfect. Budgeting doesn't judge you. It just shows you the truth. And the truth is the starting point for change. The biggest budgeting myth? Here's the biggest myth about budgeting. That it means cutting everything fun out of your life. That's not budgeting. That's punishment. Real budgeting is about alignment. It asks, what matters to you? What do you want your money to support? What does your future self need from you right now? When your spending aligns with your priorities, guilt disappears. You stop wondering where your money went because you decided where it would go. That's power. What a budget actually does. A budget does three important things. First, it creates awareness. You can't change what you don't see. Second, it creates intention. Your money starts working for you instead of against you. And third, it creates confidence. Because when you know your numbers, money stops feeling scary. You don't need perfection. You need consistency. Even checking your budget once a week can change your entire relationship with money. How to start budgeting without overwhelm. Most people quit budgeting because they try to do too much too fast. Here's a simpler way to start. Start with one category. Just one. That could be food subscriptions, bills, or discretionary spending. Track it for a week. No judgment. Just observation. Then ask, does this align with what I actually want? That question alone builds awareness, and awareness changes behavior naturally. Small steps are sustainable. Big overhauls usually aren't. What most people do versus what actually works. Most people approach budgeting in a way that almost guarantees they'll quit. Here's what most people do. They sit down, usually already stressed, and try to budget everything at once. They download an app, open a spreadsheet, or grab a notebook, and immediately try to track every single category, every bill, every expense, every future goal. It feels productive at first, but very quickly it becomes overwhelming. So when they make a mistake, miss a category, or overspend, they assume they've failed, and then they stop altogether. That's what most people do. Here's what actually works. Instead of budgeting from a place of pressure, successful budgeters start from a place of curiosity. They don't ask, how do I control everything? They ask, what can I become aware of right now? They choose one category and simply observe it. No judgment. No restriction. No perfection. Just awareness. That might look like noticing how often money leaks through small purchases. Seeing patterns you didn't realize existed. Understanding what expenses are truly necessary versus habitual. That awareness naturally creates change. Another thing most people do is use budgeting as a form of punishment. They cut everything they enjoy and expect themselves to stick to it. What actually works is building a budget that includes enjoyment. Because a budget you hate will never last. A budget that supports your life will. Most people also budget emotionally. They budget based on hope, on best-case scenarios, on what they want to be true. What works is budgeting based on reality. Not to shame yourself, but to support yourself. Reality is the strongest foundation for growth. Budgeting works best when it's treated as a skill, not a test. You either pass or fail. You're learning, you're adjusting, you're improving, and that mindset makes all the difference. Budgeting as a form of self-respect, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present. When you budget, You're choosing clarity over chaos, intention over impulse, and growth over avoidance. And over time, that choice compounds. If budgeting has ever felt overwhelming, restrictive, or discouraging, know this: you're not bad with money. You were just never taught how to approach it with clarity and confidence. This page exists to help you build habits, mindset, and systems that actually work in real life. If you want simple, beginner-friendly guidance on budgeting and money habits, check out the resources linked here and start where you are. Small steps today lead to freedom tomorrow.